Hello, my absolutely beautiful Taurus friends, and welcome to your horoscope for March of 2022, where, yes, we get some energy back on the table. We get some forward motion going back this month, and I think we all get to feel it pick up, which I don't know about you, but I am very excited for some forward motion. Now, while we are going to have forward motion this month, Taurus, I don't want you to think that the stage is just clear and open and run wild. We will still have planets entering into their pre-retrograde shadow time. Most specifically, we're looking at Neptune, and Neptune is one of the outer planets, so it is always in and out. So we kind of go in and out of this wave of consciousness. It's conscious, it's not, right? So we experience this every year. So we do need to be taking note what's happening in your 11th house, as the energy is going to slow down. But on the rest of the stage, we've got planets out of retrograde, and it is time to get after it. So Taurus, let's jump in here and see what's going on for you this month. Now, right at the beginning of the month on the 2nd, we're going to have a new moon happening in the energy of Pisces. This is going to light up your 11th house space at 12 degrees. Okay, so make sure you locate that 12 degrees of Pisces on your chart. Now, in this 11th house space, we've got friends, social grouping, social medias, organizations that you're attached to. Think along those lines. Now, also your long-range plans, goals, and designs for yourself, Taurus. What's going on for you in this area? Where are you planting your seeds of intention to begin something new here? Now, remember, we do have the major planets all moving in direct fashion. So this is a moon where you can really be crafting where you would like to spiritually connect with your organizations, where you'd like your creativity to be coming out socially. You know, where even are you planting seeds of intention at this moon, Taurus, to have attitudes, actions, and behaviors that before were holding you back, sabotaging you, and you're asking for the grace and the energy and the consciousness to outgrow those energies, because it's very much so available at this particular moon. Now, as we get forward onto the 6th, it's a little bit of a busy day. We're going to have Mars moving forward into the energy of Aquarius, so lighting up your 10th house space. Now, this is where I also want you to pay attention. Remember, we've had Mercury retrograding through the energy of Aquarius as well. So I want you to think back to January, okay? January, February, we saw stimulation of this area, and it was about ideas. You were reviewing them. People were coming back. Projects were coming back, whatever it was. But now, as Mars, our planet of action, energy, movements, strategy, desire, moves back into this 10th house area for you, now Mars is ready to actualize, to put its hands on and get moving this particular area of your life. So what have you been working on or getting ready to work on for the last couple months? It maybe felt like it was planning for a very long time in your career sector. Now, Taurus, if you happen to be one of our friends who's not working, retired, works from home, whatever the situation is, instead of just thinking career, I would love for you to think of your 10th house, that top of the chart, the place where we know you. What's your reputation that you carry around? What do you want to be known as? What kind of service are you doing? Whether that be that you are stepping into that grandparent role, and that's the reputation we know you as. You're getting married, you're getting divorced, you're getting a raise, whatever it is. What's the new title that we're going to know you as behind your name? And think a little bit about it like that. Because as Mars moves into the energy of Aquarius now, you might be having to use a different strategy or a different set of techniques to get done everything that came to your consciousness over this last handful of months. Now, on the same day, we're going to see Venus move into the energy of Aquarius, which, first of all, let's just have a little mini celebration about that, okay? The ruling planet is out of retrograde, first of all, thank you very much, but also out of Capricorn in general. So Venus is coming into Aquarius with a little puff on her heels. She's like, yes, energy, moving forward, value, my next set of ideas. Venus, where it goes, becomes a magnetizing energy, right? So in this 10th house space, in the energy of Aquarius, they're vibrating with the lover, Mars. Venus has got a lot of power behind her to make you magnetic. in a very public way. Let things come to you. Let the money, let the relationships, let the attention, let the call to beauty. There may be something about you in your career life that people are just very attracted to. And it could be really different kind of people, really different kind of opportunities. This is Aquarian energy, so it might be quite innovative. You might find that your friendships at work or around your professional industries or whatever it is that you're doing open up under this energy as well. So use it very, very well. But also remember to express yourself. Don't let your voice get lost in the sea of what's going on. You need to also be heard, okay? As we get to the 7th, now we're going to see Neptune enter into this pre-retrograde shadow time. And that means that Neptune's going to start to slow down and prepare for its retrograde, which we're not going to actually have until June. But you can start paying attention in your personal chart at 22 degrees of Pisces. Your ideals are going to be shifting. Your consciousness is shifting a little bit, and this is going to be in your 11th house. So different ideas, ideals around organizations, the way you lay out your social medias, friendships, your plans and goals and designs for yourself. Just take note of that 22 degrees, okay? On the 9th, Mercury gets moving on out of the energy of Aquarius and moves into the energy of Pisces, lighting up your 11th house space again. Now, we've already had a new moon here, planting the seeds of intention of what you want to create here. Now, Mercury moving into Pisces is bringing the mind in this area. But Mercury in Pisces is said to be in fall. It's not moving as quickly as it wants. You have to think about it. Mercury is a planet that goes above and below, right? And it's whipping and zipping, gathering information. I want facts. I want details. And in the energy of Pisces, it's that kind of motion, but in water, which makes it very hard to see facts and details. Pisces presents itself with information that's kind of vague. You know, it's like, well, what is that? And it's like, oh, everything's everything. So you have to think of that kind of energy. Now, I don't practice or believe that Mercury's at a loss in the energy of Pisces. Instead, I think you can actually tune in to the emotional intelligence, tune in to your intuition. Listen, what are the details? What are the patterns and the symbols that are presenting themselves around you? How do your thoughts and your communication style when you're interacting with other people, can you feel what it's like to interact with you, and how can you adjust that so it can be the highest vibration that is available? Now, this is in your friendship and in your organizational zone, so certainly you may be thinking, I want to be a little bit more vibrationally sound in this area of my life. Let me know what that looks like for you. I think this is a really interesting transit, especially when it comes to a social zone. As we get to the 18th, we're going to have our full moon for the month. A full moon in the energy of Virgo, fellow earth sign, at 27 degrees. So this is going to light up your 5th house space. So we're thinking children, childlike energy, joy, self-expression. You can tell I'm recording during Mercury retrograde. Self-expression. We're talking about pleasure. The pleasure principle kicks on here. I think about conception in the 5th house, whether this is conception of people, this is adoption, this is a conception of a new idea, a business. I'm going to take a risk, true love, romance. These all sit in this beautiful 5th house vibration. Now, under the full moon in Virgo, being asked to end something, acknowledge something, or make an adjustment in this area, Virgo is going to take you to the place that says, am I being of service in this area of my life? Virgo wants it to be the very best that it can be, and the gift of Virgo energy is discernment. So if this area of your life is off track, it needs that adjustment, Virgo's going to help you see the details of what needs to be ironed out. It's going to help you see the efficiency of this area of your life. Are you using techniques or tools that are inefficient in this area? And this full moon will help you adjust to make it the best that it can absolutely be. On the 27th, let's back up. On the 20th, we are going to see the sun move into the energy of Aries, so lighting up your 12th house space, Taurus. Now, the sun brings light, heat, life, vitality. There's a motivation that comes with this. But lighting up your 12th house space, while the sun wants to warrior here, In your 12th house, we're going to see Aries act maybe a little bit more as this sacred gardener, or there's an availability for that, where you can really, till this soil back there. What do you want to grow in your garden? Because in the 12th house, Taurus, you're working behind the scenes. This is the quiet, the rejuvenation season, the respite with the sun in your 12th house before your annual year kicks off and you take the stage again, Taurus. So here with the sun in Aries, what do you need to be very direct? And you need to help nurture your spiritual life. You need to help nurture your projects, your spirit, your routines, your rest behind the scenes so that you are nourished as that first house energy comes out. Now, other things in the 12th house space is absolutely, you could have something coming from the past, and in Aries style, you may have a fight on your hands. You may have to go to war just a little bit. You may have to get honest with your spiritual life and sit on the end of your bed at night and say, where am I honestly at? Where am I at in my connection? You may need to get in here and get to those spiritual projects. Do that research behind the scenes, whatever it is. There is also that availability in the 12th house as well. Now, on the 27th, we will have Mercury step forward out of Pisces. It just whipped through Pisces, okay, into this Aries space. So now we've got your mind also engaged where this sun energy is shining. So Mercury in the energy of Aries, I will tell you one thing to keep in mind is that everyone's experiencing this transit at the same time, maybe not in the same place, but something that you can be mindful of is that a Mercury in Aries is going to send information directly to you. You will also be doing this to people in your life in the 12th house area or wherever it hits in your chart. So one of the things to keep in mind during Mercury in Aries season, which will last us all the way until April 10th, is sometimes when you're talking to people, just stand to the side of them or just step just to the side of them if what's going on feels like that arrow is coming directly at you. I have a husband who is in Aries and has a Mercury in Aries, and sometimes I have to just step to the side because I realize his words are going to come directly at me, and it is not about them being unkind. It is simply like firing an arrow at somebody, right? Throwing the spear. So keep that in mind during the season. That's something that you can use, but also that your mind, the mental capacity of Aries or of Mercury in this particular space is single focused. What am I doing? Where am I going? What am I working on? And this is really, really nice energy coming out of the fog of Pisces because now you can be a little bit more decisive in the direction that you'd like to go. All right, my absolutely beautiful Taurus friends, I hope you have a gorgeous month. I look forward to, if you're coming to Tucson to see us at the OPA Live, I look forward to seeing you there, catching some sun, doing some astrology, teaching and helping you build your astrology or metaphysics practices, okay? All right, my gorgeous friends, I love you. Have a great month, and I'll see you at birthday time. Bye.